Logophilia. It means the love of words and word games. Consequently, that makes me a logophiliac, which ironically is technically not a word, more so than a deep vocab. I'm unafraid to ask questions. A sucker for fun facts and what they call useless info. Says who? It's all useful in my world. Learn to love new words. This is for the nerds like me that love documentaries and Chick-fil-A salads and Scrabble and Taboo and crossword puzzles and word searches. Oh, the thrill of the right word. Springboard jumping off the tip of your tongue into a pool of eardrums. The sound hitting the right word is like being blindfolded, swinging a broomstick smack into the ribcage of a papier-mâché donkey. Everyone gets candy. All benefit from the hit, each one full of flavor, specifically good ones. Makes people feel good. Take a swing. Just try. I promise it's not animal cruelty. PETA will not hunt you down. Try. Find the right word. Get lost in logophilia. It's no surprise that God himself is referred to as the living word. Words give life, gives hope, revitalizes our enzymes, sounds familiar, reminds us of multiple reasons to live again. A good word, a kind word. Why should I provide examples while they lie dormant in your windpipe? Refuse the cough up confusion. There's in this book I'm reading, which some think is deceiving since there's no mention of Trinity in the pages. So some discredit the contents. Well, neither is the word grandfather, but we comprehend concepts. I alphabet you the red letters are real. Paul's letters are facts. Truth spoken before recorded and played on an 8-track, before 9, before any MC, BC, before Christ. He is the center of time. Even if you don't believe in him, it's difficult to deny that words come alive. God's spoken word had an ultrasound that sent the Son of Man on a sonogram. Impregnated the globe as foretold. There's life in there, eyes and ears, limbs and chests. Yes, God's word became flesh and dwelt among us like Hall of Famers who become faceless when famous has run its course, but legacy remains. No word of his remains. Words remain homeless of sentences to sleep in. No apostrophe pillows, no syntax blankets. Nothing can describe the power of words, whichever way you word it, but it's worth watching. Like Widget the World Watcher, but that's before your time is ticking by. How many grains of sand are left in your sand clock of glass? Right before the last grain falls. Read, absorb, teach, talk if at all possible. Voices is a sight for sore ears. In a world of words, no form is more important than the other. This is for poetry. This is for kingdom, for the resilience of writers. This is for word lovers. In the interest of time, I will keep my segues short. This next poem is called Cards. Everybody say cards. Say it one more time to remember it. Cards. I like to picture God with a top hat, handlebar mustache, legs crossed, shuffling a deck of cards, counseling. No cigar, just a toothpick. A wonderful counselor wouldn't solve your problems, but help you figure out the why, the root causes. So answer me this. Why would anybody steal a pack of Duracell batteries from Walmart with $100+ in his wallet? I was also arrested for possession of marijuana. See, before I ask for your hand, I want to place mine face up on the table. And to answer the question, a rebellious spirit convinced them that nobody gave a flip anyway. Somebody had to pay for the hurt feelings and every perceivable personal injustice. Man, I thought I picked up self-esteem, but the image was a hologram. What's your why? Keep your eye on the dealer. Life is a game you must master or die. At times I feel like I'm just a retired teenager reflecting on the traps. Seen too many caskets laced with football jerseys and fitted caps from deceiving doors. Truth is, I'd rather you be at my funeral than me at yours. Pick a card. Suicide, coke, casual sex or rage. Look closer. They're all cast members on the same stage. Take nothing at face value. Ask why. My fellow wordsmith Hassan told of a time when he told his teacher that 3 + 3 was 8. Amidst the thick fog of first graders laughing, he was asked to explain his answer. He drew 2 number 3s facing each other on the board, and the class was amazed. All hail the why. We say and do nothing for no reason. Society's like gravity. Being affected by its influence daily, you forget it's a force. Conditioned to thinking consequences is a myth. Keep your eye on the dealer. Beware of clubs. Guard your hearts. Too many unearthed diamonds end up back on the ground because they're too afraid to call a spade a spade. Listen, you are kings and queens. Hold your head up high. Even Mark Twain will tell you the two most important days of your life is when you're born and the day you find out why. I speak to provoke purpose. Maybe it's the gray hairs in the chin that's causing me to understand that you're too naive to believe your girlfriend may be a hologram. Your boyfriend may be a hologram, having only the appearance of what you need or wish. Fresh water isn't a green light to go fish. It is the dwelling place of piranhas, eaters of flesh by nature. Play your cards wisely. Swim alone if necessary. Schools can be stressful. I've played solitaire for a season and it was worth it. Don't wait for the stakes to be stacked to the moon, high enough for noses to drip dark maroon. There will be blood on your hands. Decide now what you will do. There's a vocab word for that called proactivity. Decisions are made best beforehand and sober. I say this because I love you, and there's a community of people who want you to live life with no regrets when the game is over. It is good that we speak life, obviously, but we also need to read the word and soak in what God is saying in order for us to speak that life. And so this next poem is called Theophilus. It's pretty much a summarization of the book of Luke. Theophilus is who Luke was writing to after being commissioned to go out and report about these things that happened, just talk about Jesus and stuff like that. So it'll actually be in a video shortly, so keep an eye out for that. All right, Theophilus, you ready? I'm going to close with this. Only the builder knows best how to reconnect broken bridges and broken homes. Broken priorities, hashtag broken cell phones, greetings. Next is a narrow account of what I believe to the marrow of the bone, beginning with the son of a priest in a day when prophets outnumbered imposters. He must have had locks as long as rosters, unkept yet wise, no amplifier, lungs bled conviction in Middle Eastern skies. Prepare you the way, be ye baptized. I am not the Messiah, for there is one greater than I. Oh, no crystal ball or tarot cards, just the fulfillment of prophecy. His name was John. The red carpet in the wilderness, given the privilege of baptizing humanity's deliverance, his name was Emmanuel, aka Jesus the Messiah, confirmed from above by a public audible voice saying, "This is my son," which would have scared the living limitations out of me. I might have peed right there in the Jordan River, pretending it was a dream, but then came the healings and the crowds and the chaos. For joy they would shout when the weather was throwing a temper tantrum. The creator of time put those hurricanes in time out. The elements obey. The dead don't decay. Divine authority and humanity married. He is society's server. Endured the news of how his first cousin John was murdered but pressed on. Taught plainly but also in parables and psalms like the rich man and the beggar Lazarus, who was passed by daily as dogs licked his open sores. Completely ignored, and the time came when they both died. Torment in flames was the rich guy's reward. So he pleaded with Lazarus to cool his tongue with the tip of a feather. Ironic, the uncompassionate rich man became the beggar. Teachers of the law hated that he healed on the Sabbath, having fit. So he said, which one of you wouldn't pull your own son out of a ditch? You're not holy, half-hearted, only a whole pack of hypocrites. He's literally out of this world, and it's impossible to cage a comet, i.e. show me a coin. Whose image and inscription are on it? Give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and to God what belongs to God. Profound. The earth is filled with 6 billion faces in kingdom currency on its axis. Fact is, the gospel is the King of Kings' way of collecting taxes. Have me, oh God, let your stock return with interest. It's hard to hear the splendor of a violin in a subway station across from Carnegie Hall, like a manger on a donkey in Jerusalem with a stepdad like Joseph who had the process, whose head of household, body broken for our brokenness, to rebuild a broken bridge that won't fall like cards. Today, it's safe to walk across. Can't see these findings as a fluke. Warm regards, most excellent Theophilus. My name is Luke.